We're bringing you into the Stream Doctor operating room, or OR, as we call it, because today we're using our setup for something kind of special. Today, we're doing a dub stream.
Healing up.
So at the main setup here, we got one gaming PC. We've got at setup number 2, second gaming PC, the little guy, but it's got a good GPU in it. And then the beast behind the whole thing, we've got the streaming PC. Now, how a stream like this works is both gaming PCs are feeding their signals in, everything feeding into the streaming PC. And then you work the peripherals around so that both players can swap between perspectives whenever it's necessary, making sure that there's no lull between any of the action. The key to any dub stream is to make sure your OBS setup is prepared for multiple perspectives. And there's the other one. Check this out. PC number 1, PC number 2. This brings me to tip number 1. We used to do this. We've done dub streams. We've gone all the way up to quad streams. And when I do a solo stream, I actually don't even use a capture card. I send my screen from my gaming PC to my streaming PC over Ethernet using an NDI output. But I find using a dub stream that it kind of fills up the local area network bandwidth, and you can't seem to get a solid picture. It drops a lot of frames. So when we do dub streams, we actually use a quad capture card. Or I should say a multi-capture card that has multiple HDMI inputs built right into it. I talked about it in an earlier video. I'm gonna link to that in the description below if you wanna check it out. It's pretty dope. I actually use my DSLR as my stream camera. It's a little bit overkill, but it does more than get the job done. For this, since I don't have two $5,000 cameras, shocker, we're gonna grab this Logitech camera and we're gonna set this up as a second person's camera. Here, we're just gonna connect it right to the side of this monitor. We're gonna need to grab an HDMI or a USB extender to reach this all the way over to the PC, but I've got one over here. Let's run this. Oh, is it gonna reach?
Yeah, it's not gonna look pretty, but it's gonna reach.
Here we go. Camera number 2 is set. Alright, here's camera number 1. Where should we put them? Up in the corners? Let's get camera number 2. There's camera number 2. Hey! Here you go. We're gonna make a shortcut here. You can copy and paste transform info so you make it the exact same size. There you go. So then have to guess if they were the same size. There we go. Both cameras. Dub stream is coming together. Now, the question remains, how do you switch back and forth between perspectives? The way I normally see it done on the internet is one person, the designated screen switcher, will have a number pad next to them and they hit the 1 button, switches to their screen, they hit the 2 button, switches to their friend's screen. But the problem I have with that is that the designated screen switcher is going to be so focused on the game, he's going to forget to switch over to his buddy's screen. He's going to have it on his screen the whole time. So we developed something pretty cool. Let me show you. A couple of these little guys. Foot pedals. Throw them down here. And we plug it into this little USB guy. Here's yours. And now, as long as we set up the hotkeys correct in OBS, all you gotta do is click your pedal and it switches to your screen. Because let's face it, everybody wants to be the one being watched. If I'm focusing on my screen being on the stream, and Scooter's focused on his stream being on the screen, we're both gonna get some good airtime. So hotkey. So we wanna make it hide Scooter's PC is gonna be 1, show Scooter's PC number 2, and now let me launch the software. Number 1, Number 2. Let's check this out.
Look, Mom, no hands.
It's on my screen. Scooter screen. My screen. Scooter screen. My screen. Scooter screen. Genius. This is the icing on top of the cake that is a dub stream. Make yourself a cool overlay. Make yourself some animations that are also activated by the foot switches that display who's being watched. Make it interactive, you know?
Standing still.
You never stand still. Let's go.
Take our quad streams that we did at the gaming house, for example. All 4 of us were green screened at the bottom of the screen, and each person had their name displaying beneath them. When one person hit their pedal, a little animation would happen to their logo, and their name tag would show up in bright white. Made it really obvious whose screen you were looking at the time. Okay, now we got both our cameras, we got both screens set up, but for me, the whole philosophy behind live streaming is that you're inviting the viewer in there with you. They can interact with you, and half the fun is to be able to see the entire setup as it's going on. So, we got one more little detail for you. This little guy. This is the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake. So between games, we'll switch to this little GoPro we got mounted to the ceiling, and so the person can feel like they're in here with us, and they get to be a part of the dub stream. And that was the dub stream. Now, this wasn't like an in-depth tutorial on how we did that, just because, I don't know, I feel like there's not a big need. There's not a lot of you guys out there trying to do this, but if you disagree with me and you want me to explain exactly how to do that, please put it in the comments. Let me know. I'd be happy to make one. But if you have more questions, you can jump in our Discord. We have a Stream Doctor text channel right in the Discord, and please jump in my Twitch streams. It's twitch.tv/Harris Heller. The link is below. And if you have any other questions, you can throw it in the comments. And as always, happy streaming.
Where? Oh, I'm gonna run into the street.
Get out.
How?
You gotta get on,
How?
run.
How?
Get
How?
F. Run, the blue's coming in.
No.
Run that way. Straight that way.
No.
Follow me,
Hold
follow
shift,
me,
hold
follow me.
shift.